Reggie's on the call for TNT's coverage. Mavericks Suns Game 5 tonight in Phoenix at 10 Eastern. How big of a deal will the Chris Paul family fan interaction be with tonight's broadcast?
Oh, none. I think Chris said his piece, and the Dallas Mavericks and their security staff have addressed the situation. I don't think that will have any lingering effect here on Game 5. What the Suns need to have more concern on is getting out to the Dallas Mavericks shooters. This series is so simple. If you look at Games 1 and 2, Monty Williams and the Suns said, Luka, beat us. 45 in Game 1, 35 in Game 2, but they shut down all the others. Brunson, Dinwiddie, Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber to a certain degree, and they won going away. When it shifted to Dallas, Luka's usage rate came down. He was still good. He wasn't great, but everyone else, the others, their usage rate went up. Guys started to make shots. And that's what happens normally when you're in your home court, surroundings. So if you're the Suns, you're more concerned about now the others have gotten going. What happens if Luka has one of those Luka games on the road and those guys continue to make shots?
Yeah.
You could very well see the Mavericks coming in here in the pivotal Game 5 when it's 2-2. They could win this game if those guys continue to make those threes like they're doing.
I was wondering about the fans interaction. Feels like they're a little bit more emboldened than they've ever been. It feels like we see it more. There's cell phone cameras here. Compare fan interaction with players when you were playing as opposed to what we're seeing right now almost on a nightly basis.
Well, you're just seeing it now because of what you just mentioned, cell phone videos. There really wasn't that when I was going through. Look, the fans say some crazy stuff. I'm not going to lie, they do. And
could you get a fan kicked out, Reg? Did you ever, back in the day, could you say, I want that fan removed, like LeBron did to that couple earlier this year?
You could. It will depend on the situation. LeBron, Chris Paul, and all players. Russell Westbrook has done it a few times. The incident he had in Utah, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Look, fans do cross the line in some of the things they say. And, yes, you can have fans removed. It helps if the official is near and can hear some of this stuff. But when it turns towards a player's family, and I'm on Team Chris Paul on this because if someone would have put hands on my mama bear with my kids watching that, forget the game. I'm jumping the rope, too, and heading up in the stands. And I know players always get, the black eye when they react. We're not robots, right? Because good and well, you wouldn't say this to me if I'm walking down the street, but you're going to say this in this controlled environment, especially to his wife. So I understand the frustration that CP3 is going through. I would have liked to have seen more Suns security with the family because you are walking into a hostile environment. But that still doesn't give any right for someone to put hands on you. Joking, drunk, or not, do not put your hands on anyone else, especially a female. You just don't go there. And you knew that his kids are right there with her. There's no excuse for that. I'm glad they addressed it, but I would have a hard time not going into the stands chasing the dude as well. That's just my thinking.
I don't know how athletes stop themselves from going after somebody because you can hear it and you can act like you don't hear it, but if you cross the line, it's going to cost you a lot.
Dan, let me just say this. I've heard a lot of vile things in my career directed towards me. I get that. That's part of the beast. I did sign up for it, being in a professional athlete in a professional setting. I get that. The problem I have is if you're going to direct that to a family member of mine who has come to support me, and you direct that, and then it gets physical. That's the problem I have. I can take all the vile comments and the vulgar comments. I just feel that I have broad shoulders, and I can shut you up with my play. And if I don't, you'll see me another day to try and do that. But when it turns physical, that's the problem I have, where I just let people know we are not robots, because I wouldn't do that to you or your family members. So don't do that to my family members and think it's okay.
Well said.